Hey yo, this is another episode of the Steven from the Old Time Podcast. Listen to my dad, he's awesome.
Welcome to a new episode of Steven from the All Time Podcast. I am your host, the Ayatollah of Hip Hop, the whole damn show, the radar podcaster, and one half of the podcast tag team champions of the world with my co host tonight.
Hey yo, it's Milenko. How you doing, everyone? Well, I'm adjusting my camera. How you doing, guys? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I want to get into it right away, please, because I told you I was gonna get into it right away.
Yeah,
Because
go ahead.
we have a lot to cover. Another fantastic Friday music release. The week before, same thing. Today I decided to check a couple of people. I needed to check a couple of people because it's been a good 10 to 12 years that I've been saying it over and over and over again on why a certain somebody is in the top 5 all time. Why he's in my top 5 all time. Okay? Cameron Giles dropped today a freestyle on his show. It is what it is. And the featuring came out this morning. I listened to it, and I started getting messages, people freaking out, like, "Oh wow, this is great, this is amazing," and I thought to myself, and it's like, I've been saying it for years, Malenko, since you've known me, I've been saying it. Cameron is top 5. There is no reason. I've been explaining it to people. When I meet somebody, we get into the hip hop conversation. Who's in your top 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cameron's in it. And they always question me, but why? Do you really think Cameron should be top 5? Yes, I think he should be top 5, but explain to me why he should be top 5. He is top 5. Look at what he dropped today. Look at the freestyle he dropped today. It's a 5-6 minute freestyle, and he's just being who he is. This is not new. He didn't start this today. This is not something that he just started. He's been doing this for years. He's been doing this since the late 90s. He's reinvented himself over and over and over again. Cameron is top 5. Okay? I'm fed up of being asked. Okay? I was asked on the Each One Teach One podcast last year, why is Cameron in your top 5? Why is he before Prodigy? Why is he here? It's self-explanatory. He's been showing it to people for the longest time. Nobody has a wordplay like Cameron. Okay? Nobody is witty. Nobody is unpredictable. Okay? Nobody does what Cameron does. Nobody raps as fly as Cameron does. The double entendres, the triple entendres, the quadruple entendres. I don't even know what entendre means at that point. But this is what Cameron does. This is who he is. No one raps like Cameron. Okay? This dude has been at this level for the longest fucking time. Look at what he did. He came on the scene. He came in on hip hop with Mace. Okay? Mace was there with him. Okay? First album, good album. Not the greatest, but it's a good album. Second album, reinvents himself. Reinvents himself. Does he stick to that? Not really. Comes out with the Diplomats. Comes out with Come Home with Me. Purple Haze. He invented a certain sound and a certain style into the culture of hip hop. That's what he does. He invents things. He does things, he takes things, and he puts them to a different platform, a different level. He's an inventor. He's one of the greats. He's changed the whole style. Stop asking me why he's in the top 5. He's in the top 5. That's it. That's all. That's what he does. And today, people realized, yeah, he's fly. He's great. He's been doing it. He's come out with a freestyle a year ago.
Forever. Yeah, he did busy with
Like,
all those freestyles he put out through the years.
Malenko, the freestyles he did on those Diplomats mixtapes.
Hmm. I
Like, come on.
He was unstoppable. You know me, you stopped at Purple Ace, but my favorite Killer Count is Killer Season, man. That tape for me is it changed my life when I was a kid. And
Crime pays.
it's funny because you talked about Crime Pays is good as well, is underrated.
The stuff he did with Vado. Hello, he
Oh yeah.
reinvented himself when Diplomats faded away and he came out with Crime Pays. He had to basically stand on his own, and he fucking did. And then the Vado stuff, he changed his whole flow, his whole style.
Yeah, well, in 2022 he put out You Wasn't There. And that I think was underrated, that tape.
Of
I think
course,
people didn't talk it. That was good. That was so good. Like
with
Purple
A
Ace
Track,
2, yeah, Purple Ace 2 was a kind of a bummer, but
it was
it was
different. It was
it
more.
was it wasn't that bad, but
It was growth. It was like
yeah,
an adult album. Do you get what I mean?
yeah. But then You Wasn't There was to me that's what I'm looking for camera in the future. But I was thinking about before you sent me the freestyle. By the way, I listened to the whole thing. I s- I listened to the whole thing. Um, Before that, I was in the car and the top 100 albums from Apple Music dropped, and you saw the list. You saw the
Terrible
list.
list,
It's
but yeah.
horrendous. But they put there was 50 Cent,
Mm-hmm.
Get Rich, not Get Rich, but there was 50, and I was like, man, they could have put like they could have put like a Diplomats album
The
before.
first diplomatic community to me is such a game changer. More than you, fuck it, I'll say it. More than 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying was. More than G Unit Beg for Mercy was. Diplomatic community is such a game changer. It shifted the culture in such a different direction. It made people look at hip hop differently. There was so much into it. I look at diplomatic community the same way I look at Degeneration X. There
Mhm.
was nothing like it.
There's a lot of songs in Get Rich Die Trying. I think they're pretty tough to listen to, but yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Right? But I'm gonna check you too, because you have questioned me on why Cam is top five.
Oh, of course. It's not a rapper you see mostly all the like nobody mentioned them like in his top 5. He's never mentioned.
There's so many people that would not exist, whether of the way they dress, aka ASAP Rocky, a lot of dudes from Harlem. Just like he brought so much different elements to hip hop and just to the culture itself that wasn't really being done. I'm sorry. Fucking argue with me for the rest of your lives until I'm blue in the face. Cameron is top five. And if somebody says, Steven, you're on your deathbed, I need you to pick one album that you want to listen to before you go. You know what? Diplomatic Community might be the one.
It might be, huh?
You know how much I love that album. You
Yeah. I don't know which one I would take. That's a tough question.
It
I
might
don't
be
know.
Diplomatic Community, and I'll argue with anybody for the rest of my life on that. And so we got to stop it with the wide Cam top five. No, he's top five. Enough. He's better than any other rapper that you will probably name in a top
Yep.
five. Be honest with your top five. Don't do a top five just because other people tell you what to put in your top five. Cameron is top five. End of story. That freestyle today was amazing. It was just amazing. Then he put the bucket hat on,
Yeah. Well, I'm
and then the flow changed.
Love you like you love yourself, but when that bucket low, like fuck it though, I don't trust myself. Danger. My friends think they talking to a stranger. Where I'm from, we did abortions with the hanger, and it didn't cost 7,000. Mom looking down on me like you better style.
He's legendary. The thing he did for the New York Knicks
Oh,
when they
the
did
Kith.
yeah. That was a great collab in that freestyle in the middle of the
The way he's just talking to you. He's
yeah
just
a
like he's.
cappella.
It was
A
even
cappella.
fucking brilliant,
It was
just
brilliant.
brilliant, and he's like the Chris Jericho of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Reinvent himself. Yeah.
Always reinventing himself, no matter his age, no matter what he's doing. He's always there. He's always gonna be able to add to what's going on or make people remember. Hey, I'm one of the greatest. Look what I could do.
And one of the best rap beefs MC ever,
Fuck. You don't
right?
want a rap beef with him. He'll just fucking.
One of the best rap beef ever. He has most of the best songs. These songs are for him. I mean, he went hard at everyone.
Remember the Nas diss on the Diplomats
Dude,
2?
I don't remember the Nas. This what's the name of the song? I
I don't
don't
know, but it
remember
was
it.
amazing. It was with Jim Jones. I think
No,
they
I should
used
go back.
clips. They used a clips beat for that, and I think they used "Hate Me Now" also from
Also,
Nas,
okay. Oh yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I
Yeah,
don't remember that one. I don't. I didn't listen to the two that much.
so good. They're all
Yeah.
so good. Do yourselves a favor if you haven't. Please listen to all that stuff, and then come send me a text or message me.
I
But it's all
discovered.
love.
I told you how I discovered. You remember that story? How I discovered the Dipset
No,
because of Scarface.
the movie.
Because of Scarface, yeah, the movie. Because on the DVD, on the special feature, they used instrumentals from Dipset, and I couldn't. I was like, "What? Yeah, yeah, yeah." I'm telling you, I remember this like it was yesterday. Yeah, on the bonus, they had like Snoop Dogg interview and all
Oh
these rappers
yes.
interview,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but on transitions, they use diplomatic beats.
That's fucking hilarious. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that dun 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 dun.
My favorite scene was when he was basically on his way out of here and when he got set up with the Colombians.
Dun, dun. Yeah, they used that, and I was like, and I listened to it. I'm like, what is that beat? And then you have to fucking look at the credits and trying to match it with what you hear. I miss that. I miss that time, man. I really miss that. I remember being a kid and watching and just waiting for the credits and trying to match. And that's how I discovered Dipset
It's
because of
amazing when
Scarface.
it's amazing when you can watch a movie and something and you just wait till the end just to see what that song was.
Yeah, and then
Now
you
you
have
just
to
use Shazam, not just use Shazam.
Shazam. And then I used to like see the titles and be like, oh, that maybe he said that I think in the song. I'll try this song. But I still have the computer, so I could go on Casa and
Fuck,
fucking
that was
put all
fun.
that malware in that fucking computer. Yep.
So Malenko, never ask me again on the why, please.
Top five. He's not on my top five.
I know he's not, but he should be on everybody's. A lot of music came out. It's you messaged me and you said, "Wow."
What
The
the
ju-
fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Before we
No,
get into it,
let me say this
yes.
because we do this podcast. It's crazy. I feel like I never like I'm more in tune with music that I've been before, right?
hmm
Because we do this. And fuck, like every weekend there's something crazy dropping. Every
Shockers too.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about this shocker. Go ahead.
Before we get into that shocker, a couple of albums that came out that I just want to touch upon. Big Trip came out with Honestly Filthy, completely produced by Jamil Honesty. Okay, it's live on Bandcamp for purchase. Really great project. Jamil Honesty's been coming out with these fucking beats that are it's theme music. This is the type of music I would use if I was a wrestler and I was coming out to the ring. Those are the type of beats he's using. They're fucking just great. Like the beat on Death Wish. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm coming out to.
Yeah, that's your song.
You say, Steven, what's your theme song as a wrestler? This is my theme song. Fucking amazing. Amazing. What else do we have that came out? Yes. We have Griot Noi and Golden Arms, The Golden Laws of Attraction. Okay? 13 songs, 27 minutes. This is completely produced by Golden Arms. Griot Noi with the bars. Amazing project. I listened to it maybe about 10 times since it came out. Just really, really, really a great project. Amazing jazzy beats. It goes super. It's just like a match made in heaven with his flow. This dude is amazing. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No. Never.
He came out with a project with Sean Lynx. last year that was in one of my top 15 favorite projects.
Mm,
You're gonna love this.
okay.
You remember Blue?
Mhm.
It's like if Blue and Q-Tip put out an
Mhm.
album together. That's the
Jeez.
sound I get, like that jazzy,
Mhm.
jazzy feel.
Mhm.
It's amazing. It's really, 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 really amazing. You're gonna enjoy this project. I need
Okay.
you to go hear it. And what else do we have that came out? Yes. Okay, so the shocker, the shocker of the week. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. I send this to you. First of all, I played it. Okay. Big hit. Completely produced by The Alchemist. And a bit of production by Hit Boy on this. I look at your eyes.
Dude, it's insane. Yeah, yeah. Hit Boy got production on half
Okay,
of
so
this.
Big Hit, completely produced by Hit Boy and The Alchemist, Black and Whites. I put this on. I was cleaning the house because Fridays I like to clean. I was cleaning the house and I said, hey, let's give this a shout. Okay. Let's give this a listen. Sorry, Alchemist is on here. And when Alchemist's name is somewhere, it's like, what can he do with an artist? Like Big Hit is very West Coast. Okay. He just started putting out music late last year with and fully produced by Hit Boy, and you
And
have him on a.
Big Hit has been there for
But he
forever
was in prison.
from
But he
the 80s, 90s.
but he was in prison. Okay, so you didn't hear
Crazy.
anything from him. Okay, so after prison he started putting out music. No, the last couple of months to a year, fully produced by his son Hit Boy. And I pressed play, and I was just like, I had no expectation because the previous projects I enjoyed, but not to an extent that I would go back and listen to it, or it would be something that resonated with me. And I pressed play on this, and I was like, midway through, I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, I was literally like, am I listening to the same album? Like, I went to go look at my phone, and I was like, this is fucking good.
Ah, but I'm like,
This is fucking good. This gives me a Spice One, Compton's Most Wanted vibe to it. Like, and at some points I'm like, did DJ Quick produce some of these songs?
it's fucking ridiculous. I'm telling you, this is the biggest surprise for me of the year, and we're not gonna do a full review on it. Maybe on next show we're gonna give it a note because I need to revisit this because I was too busy. But this, if I hear it right, this might be in my top 10 of the year.
It's
Top 5.
I can't question you. I'm
Top
not
5. Steven, from nowhere. Big Hit. If
Yeah.
you would have told me at the beginning of the year, Big Hit is gonna be in your top 5, I would say how? How? Dude, this is this is better than a lot of projects that I heard this year. A lot. It's heavy. It's heavy. And those beats, the way he used those beats, the whole album, damn.
It,
Dude.
it's like a nostalgia to fucking 90s West Coast hip hop.
Oh,
Like, and the way Hip Boy and Alchemist give him that production layers on that, and those drums and that West Coast sound.
I mean, just by the intro is menacing. That this album is very menacing. It's nothing too West Coasty. This is very,
But you get
very
those
menacing.
elements of West Coast. It's like you're like, okay, this dude is West Coast. Yes, you have your Alchemist flavor to it, but it's like they bring him some, like, it's like, I know what you mean by not too West Coast, but like, you know, when you were listening to the Compton's Most Wanted and the MC8 albums, you kind of had that dark,
Yeah.
like menacing sound to it,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
dark sound. Like, it's almost like you could play this album at night, like 9 o'clock till like 3 in the morning style album. Like the type of music that you put on a movie soundtrack. This is what this gives you. This is the feeling it gives to you. And look, he's not amazing with the bars. He's not amazing, like, but he gives you that
It's
what
all
you
real
want.
talk. It's all real talk.
Exactly.
It's all real talk. This guy is sitting down and he's talking to you, and you listen, and you shut the fuck up. And he can talk to you for 3 hours, but you're gonna
It's
stay there and you're gonna listen, dude. That God, he has the song here, Godfather Part Two with
oh,
Bonnie J. Okay? That might be one of my favorite songs this year. It's ridiculous. Go people, go listen to this. I think we need to do a full review next episode, Steven. Now that I'm thinking of talking about it, I think we need to go. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy.
dirt
Thank you.
ball.
And dude, put respect on the Hit Boy's
Put some
name.
respect on my name,
Okay,
Put
bro.
respect on Hit Boy's
I
name.
know you were gonna bust my balls with that shit. I knew that. What? Can you
Put respect on his name, because I heard you say a lot of shit about him. And listen what he just.
But hold
did.
on a second. I hold on a second. Let's rewind. I said bad shit. I didn't say bad shit about him. I didn't say shit on his name. I just said the beats that he gave Benny on that the latest album weren't great beats, and I'm gonna stand by it. They're not beats that stick out. It's very. I find that those beats were just throwaways. And here, Benny, grab this. If
And-
Hit Boy gave Benny these style of beats with Alchemist, that album would have probably been number one. I would have
Yes,
gave
but
it a
he
9.8 on
gave
10.
he gave you that all these years, Benny, already.
But
He gave you
imagine
all
Benny
these
on
years.
these. But imagine Benny on these type of beats.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want
Benny
that.
Didn't want to do that.
I don't want that
Benny didn't wanna
flashing
do that.
light type of Hit Boy beats for Benny. I'm sorry. We're gonna argue about this all the time. It's not gonna
Okay.
work.
But imagine Benny on this, how it would have sounded with
Insane.
Big Hit.
It would have probably been
Wow.
9.8.
I wish two features were on here. TF, because I love TF. Ladies.
TF is not on it.
No, he's not. Is
Hold
he?
on.
No, he's not.
I think TF is on this.
No, he's
Hold
not.
on a second. Hold on. No.
No, and I would have loved Jay Worthy. Jay
Oof.
Worthy would have been, but even like those guys are not. How can I say it? It's like they're not at that level of a big hit. I mean, he's a OG. He's a OG. You hear him on his voice. You hear him in his voice and how he's tell you the story. So
You know who I would have loved on this?
Mm.
I would have loved MC8 or Spice One.
yeah, that would have been. Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Because it gives me that type of vibe. Compton's
Yeah.
Most Wanted. Spice
Anyway,
One.
we need to go back and do a review on this. We've been too busy, man. Yeah,
So-
we've been too busy.
Go listen to the big hit produced by Hit Boy and Alchemist. Please do yourself a favor, whether you like this or not. Black and Whites. Really, 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 really good project. Okay, let's get into the reviews of the evening. What are we starting off with? Toma!
You wanna start with whoa. Whoa.
You want to start with
Bazuko.
it?
Yeah, let's go with CRIMEAPPLE. The new CRIMEAPPLE and Big Ghost. They reunite. Jesus. They already gave us probably arguably the best CRIMEAPPLE album.
Absolutely.
You think is the best one, right?
Oh! Yeah.
And
You don't?
it's top 5 for me, but it's not his best, I think.
Oh my god. Okay. okay.
It's not his best.
That was vicious CRIMEAPPLE though. That was vicious CRIMEAPPLE. But continue.
It's so man. That's 2018.
Aguardiente.
Aguardiente, Big Ghost, and CRIMEAPPLE was 2018. Jesus. That's a long time ago. And they come back with Bazuko.
CRIMEAPPLE and
Bazuko.
Big Ghost.
Jesus. This is 13 songs, 39 minutes.
I love that. Continue.
And they don't fail. They don't fail. I mean, I get the same feeling I get with Mickey Diamond when it's been a long stretch that I
Yeah.
don't listen to Mickey, and I go back, I remember the level. I always say it on the podcast. I repeat it 100 times, but Crime gives me the same level. I when it's been a long stretch that I don't hear him, when I go back, I'm like, yeah, that's why CRIMEAPPLE is CRIMEAPPLE.
Mhm.
You're right. His pen is on another level. He's so good with the slick talk.
Always. Always.
It starts heavy right away. right? It starts heavy right away with the introduction. It's a Hiri song. It's just a soundbite
Yeah.
of the news because Bazuko is um free base
Mm-hmm.
from that's how they call it in South America, but I think it's tougher than free base because the coca over there they do it is the first extract they do for the leaf from the leaf. That's
Mm-hmm.
the Bazuko. Because here free base is not the same.
No.
Because free base I think is when it's mixed.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. We're
Yes.
not gonna talk about this. YouTube's gonna season this. Okay. So and then so it starts like that, and then it goes to a cut that's really jazzy,
Mm.
right? Laugh now. The
Yeah,
saxophone, big ghost.
can I just chime in real quick here about that?
Hmm.
When you
Dreamy.
don't when you don't expect when you expect something from someone and they flip it on you and they give you something else, it just makes it that great. Because you sometimes you expect something. You look, they put out Aguardiente, okay? You got what you got, right? You're seeing these two guys come back,
Hmm.
okay? You expect a certain sound. They don't give you that sound. It's like,
No,
okay, where is this going to take me? This is not how his other album sounds with Big Ghost.
no.
The other
The
album is like a fucking JBL clothesline,
it's yeah, it's thumping. Yeah, really
right?
is. It really is. It's thumping. This one, well, just for the intro, I must say the intro. Laugh now. I mean, Crime Apple on jazz, like on a saxophone. That guy can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think he's on in his pocket, and again, he's so good with the slick talk and how he explains stuff and he show you the picture. I love it. Great intro. And then we go to that ay papa. And then we go to the ay papa. Then we go to the heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We re-rock. So now we're in the bazooka. Now we're mixing in the kitchen. Now and again, Ghost is another level right now, huh?
I love that he's doing different things. Again, you expect a certain sound from certain producers, certain artists. He's not giving you that sound. He's giving you so many different blends to his production. It's fucking great to hear. Just that you could tell that he studies
Mm-hmm.
production. You could tell that he studies the artist. You could tell that he just studies music in general after what he's able to give you. What he just gave us like in the last 2 years. Look, he gave you 4 Mickey projects. He gave you a Chat Noir. He gave you a Rome Streets. He's giving you so much. It's just like, okay, if I'm gonna give you 4 albums with the same artist, I can't give you the same sound. If I'm gonna keep coming back, look what he did with the Eddie Kane that Trap didn't enjoy. The Eddie Kane one is just another level of production. He's able to tap into the artist and give something different.
Re-rock is a great beat. I think he sampled again like maybe a it sounds like a movie from the 50s,
Mm-hmm.
those type of how can I say noir movies.
Yeah,
So he sampled one of that with the and again, how can I say this? I'm gonna say this on it all songs, but Crime Apple is just at that level. He's just at that level, and he's getting better with his hooks as well.
he's evolved also, huh? Think of
Yes.
think of when he started and think of where he is now, and he gives us a lot of projects. This is a third project this year,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he's just he's consistent with it.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Continue, please, because the next song after Re Rock is my favorite song.
5,000 degrees. That's your favorite?
Love,
Oh,
just love. You?
yeah. It's not my favorite, but I love the song. It's not my favorite.
I love the production. Again, it changes.
Yeah, he uses type. I don't know if it is the sample. Okay, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, but it sounds like the Mario when he's in the Bowser castle.
Could be 5,000 degrees. It could be.
But the sample in the back, the tee, 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 I feel like
It
it's
could
that.
be.
I think it is. I think it is. I'm not sure. I was trying to check it out. Maybe it would be too expensive to use that. You can't. But maybe I feel like I mean that's exactly what I hear when I hear this song.
Just get the Ouija board out and ask Big Ghost.
But I mean it's the name of the album is Bazuko. So Crime Apple goes into like I love when he doesn't do it much. He does it more on projects when he talks about cocaine. He goes about cocaine,
Mhm.
right? He doesn't. Sometimes he let it go for a couple projects and then he goes in. And this one, chemical imbalances again. That's heavy.
Uh-huh.
That's heavy. Um, and then trust issues. We have we have
Lucky Cage on it.
Lukey on it. Shit, I was surprised. Again, I went to it blind, so I didn't expect it. But
Me neither.
jeez.
I was at the mall. I actually just walked into the mall when that part came in, and I was waiting for H&M to open because I had to get myself a nice plain T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started busting out laughing.
Yeah, Lukey is on it, and it's not
Fucking
the
great.
only time you're gonna hear him. But Chemical Imbalance is probably one of my favorite.
Really, it's a good song.
Yeah, I mean Trust Issue. Trust Issue. The beginning of Trust Issue. I'm sorry, but the beginning of Trust Issues. I love it. I love the shit talking at the end, talking about you should rap about on the A chords or sonatas. I might give it a spin. I love that. So Lucky Cage goes with the skit. He's the skit god. So what do you expect? Great
Exactly.
skit, right?
Exactly.
Great skit. And then a pretty girl who can rap.
Love.
You like
Love.
that song?
I love it.
That's probably one of
just
my least favorite for me.
can I I'm just going to say something. We were
Mhm.
speaking about a certain artist at the beginning of the episode. And there's not a lot of artists that could do what Crime just did.
Isn't this true? Huh? It is type of Cameron. It is.
When Cameron could do stuff like this, I'm sure if you ask CRIMEAPPLE who's in his top 5, you'll say Cameron.
But you don't hear much rappers doing pattern. Is it? I don't know if it's the word, but pattern verses.
Yeah. Well,
Because on battles you say a pattern
yeah.
angle, but you don't hear much. Crime always does one. He always has one cut with the pattern. So
That's
you
why it
talk about
sticks out. That's why this song is good. Continue.
and Aguardiente did the whole song with using alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, using different alcohols, right? Dude, I'm gonna forget now that I'm on the pod, but he has all of those. He has a lot of those. He has one with the chips on one of the
Yes.
with the chips. He makes on potatoes, I think.
Which album is
So
that? Is that Jaguars?
no, that's the one with mugs, the blue cover.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, what's it called? Hold on, I'm there.
Yeah, go ahead. I can Cartagena. Fuck. It's
Yes,
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Great album too.
Cartagena. Yeah, that's on Papas. I think he does that on Papas. So he always had those pattern verses, songs that I don't hear much rapper doing. Back then it was more
Mm-hmm.
popular. I think in the battle community is more like
I think it's just a way of presenting it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, I think it's a way of presenting it. Look, I don't study battle rap. My name is not Drake, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah.
but
But yeah, but again, I don't hear much rappers doing that anymore. So the whole pattern about pretty girls who can rap, he raps
amazing.
about different. He raps about pretty much
Meg Thee Stallion,
all the women that raps.
Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, all the women's rappers. I just found that just such an interesting song to do. It's
Yeah.
just very interesting to listen to, and it just flows super well. Again, another production sound from Big Ghost that you're not normally gonna hear from him.
Yeah, he would leave Ice Spice with the ice pack sword. I love that line.
He's
That was,
witty.
I mean, the best, one of the best at this game right now.
Higher
Um,
Learning, great song. Smoke Signal, great song. The Tropicana, great song.
great song. How
Uh,
much? You know, it don't stop after that. I think so.
it gives you that it's just that consistency throughout the album.
Yep.
Throughout the album. Uh Las Trompetas,
Las trompetas, man. Oh my god, dude. I love that song. Love that song. The trompetas is, I mean, the trumpets. He gave him a trumpet beat. I think trumpets and hip hop is a cheat code. Every trumpet beat is gonna be a great beat.
Big Ghost loves trumpets. He
Oh
uses
yeah,
trumpets
but
a lot throughout his albums.
that sample is perfect for him. And then we have the motorcycle Sicario school.
Mickey Diamond.
And this,
TF.
I went blind again. Okay, I
I
went
love
blind,
going blind.
Steven. And when Mickey, I heard the Diamond, Mickey Diamond come at the end, I fucking went berserk. It, the the is not good on his vocal.
No. It's
Uh,
not. You heard that too, huh?
yeah, the mix is not good on
I
his
find it
vocal.
loud. Too loud for the track. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just
No,
me.
it's not too loud. It sounds like is I don't know.
Like it was done with a cell phone.
Yeah, it's the worst that I heard all year. This year was the Jim Jones on the two peas in a pod, right?
That was 2 years ago, but yes,
That,
that
that
was terrible.
but that no, but not this year. I mean, that's the like one of the worst I heard in a long time was the Jim Jones. Mickey Diamond must be close to that. Dude, that mix is horrendous.
You found it that bad? I know the mix was like I found his voice louder. I found it like it was just dropped onto the song, which is fine, but I just found it
No,
was
it sounds too echoey. It sounds the
cell
mic is
phone,
not good. The mic is not good, but the verse is still there.
of course. And
But to me, it took away from the because it's distracting. I don't. So it was a
you're becoming worse than me, by the way, FYI, with that stuff now.
no, but everyone with ears, with I mean,
We
I
all have
don't.
ears if we're listening to.
But that's the thing. Anyone with a good ear, I don't see how you cannot notice.
I get what you mean, though. I get what
I
you mean.
I guess there's people that can't notice stuff like that, but it jumps at you right away. Like jump when you hear it in the car, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear with speakers, with the headphones on, Jesus, it's not good. But it's still there. It's still Mickey Diamond. Maybe it was last minute.
Mm-hmm.
We never know.
But these posse cuts that are on all these big Ghost albums, I just find that when he's choosing the beats for them, he does it so well because you don't want to overpower with a hard hitting beat all the time. You want to mix it up a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and this beat is not overpowering whatsoever.
Mm.
It's just like a bit of that. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you just a bit of these instrumentals. I'm not gonna do too much with them, and you guys are just gonna be able to showcase who you are on this. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I hate the other thing that I don't like about Pussycats and when they give you too much of a simple beat
Mm-hmm.
that you have to loop for 7 minutes or like sometimes you get 6 7 minute posse cuts with the same loop. That's
Mm-hmm.
tough to listen at the end. You at the same time you need to be a better MC to attract from that, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, but this beat
Absolutely.
was perfect. I think it was a really good beat, and it's not too long. It's 4 minutes a song.
How good is TF?
Dude, TF and R
RLX.
RLX is good too. He's always on Crime Apple. I haven't given him a listen, and I need to give him a listen on his project. I know he just released. He just released May 24th. He released Reloj,
Mm-hmm.
so I need to go listen to that. Because I heard the singles and they were pretty good. So I need to go and listen to Reloj. I'll do it this year, I promise. But I need to go back. I think I listened to 2022 Real Life Experience. if I remember well, because of the cover. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I need to listen to Reloj and give the RLX his flowers because he did really good. He has a unorthodox pocket, the way he
Yeah,
raps.
it's kind of offbeat.
Yeah, it's really it's really I like it. It's really unorthodox. It's something that you don't hear a lot. And TF again, TF man, TF. I never thought TF was going to go this route,
Mm-hmm.
and he's riding it perfectly.
He needs just that perfect production for him to be able to be amazing on. Because when he like the stuff he's done with Rock Marcy,
Hmm.
production is just great.
Yeah,
Like he needs like you know what he needs more alchemists
yeah,
that like in between West Coast and grimy
hmm,
drumless, and he's
yeah,
just gonna be able to be great on it. Just look at what he did on the Blank Face at the end of the album with Schoolboy Q
yeah,
and Traffic. So,
yeah, yeah.
and then the last song, Die
Die
Hard,
later,
Die
die later.
Later, Die Later.
Um,
Uh, a
great
great,
finisher.
yeah,
Great
like,
finisher, and they finish strong.
mm-hmm,
Finish strong on a tough beat. After that, because I feel like Motorcycle Sicario could have been the ender, but you can't leave it on a Mickey Diamond verse, right? So
mm-hmm,
I think to come back with Die Later again, finish it strong. Uh, she wanna eat. She wanna come with me mountainside and eat arepas. I love him, bro. I love the way he slick talk
mm-hmm.
the whole this whole album. I think Crime is still at that level, and this is pretty much a project I enjoy from him.
Before we give our score, I was reading a couple of reviews on this album. Okay.
From
Uh,
who?
just no, just online, like people's
Yeah,
comments and stuff like this. Like when some other podcast pages or some other review pages, and I stumbled upon people saying Crime needs to reinvent himself, and then Ghost needs to take an extended break until he's got the goods.
yeah, but who said that?
Just like people in the comments, uh,
But where? And YouTube?
on fucking Instagram. Ghost has produced a few cool projects, but it like just like things like that, it gets redundant. And then I needed to shine on this because I was reading it Friday, Saturday, and I kind of started getting heated up in the moment in this.
Yeah,
And
but Steven,
hold
listen to
on,
me. No, 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 no. Before you go at it, you don't need to get mad at those.
but
And I'm
hold
gonna
on.
tell you why. I'm gonna
I
tell
know
you
what you're
why.
gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you hear Future,
Oh,
you think
fuck
it's
off.
redundant. No, but it's true.
No, but
When you
Malenko,
hear Future, is redundant to you. It's the
yes.
same thing as those guys when they hear this.
Not with production like this, and not with CrimeApple rapping like this. These guys have
Steven,
evolved.
Metro Boomin production
No, I'm not gonna.
on
I'm not
that,
gonna agree with you. I'm
it
not gonna agree
was
with you.
top tier. If you don't like that production of trap, there's nothing you can like. That production was top tier,
You,
top tier.
I never say
So
anything.
when you hear people talking about, oh, he sound the same and da, those people are the same people that is the both worlds looking at each other. You get what I'm saying?
No, but I think this is where you're wrong, and I'll explain to you respectfully why. It's because these people listen to this genre of hip hop,
Uh-huh.
okay? And I find that a lot of people are going into albums like this and just be like, yeah, it's the same shit. Oh, he's doing the same stuff. That really don't kind of understand the music or understand how the production is, and it's like they're listening deaf. It's like they're listening without the headphones or listening. They're not listening to the music clear. And when I read that as somebody that listens to music and yourself as well, just look. I'll tell you, Crime Apple. Some of his projects are skips for me.
Mhm.
Okay. But what he's able to do on something like this, you can't make comments like this. I'm sorry, you're not listening to the Crime Apple and Big Ghost correctly. And if somebody's gonna say like the Big Ghost, like the comments on Big Ghost and his production, it sounds redundant. It doesn't make sense to me because he's it's like Big Ghost is not using the same style of beats he used on other projects. He's already reinvented himself with the production. Just look at what he did with the Eddie Kanes. You know what I mean? Like This is why I read these comments and I need to be able to
Yeah, but
touch on
that
it.
people probably didn't listen to that Eddie Kane.
I think the
I
underground.
guarantee you, the guy that wrote that didn't listen to Eddie Kane.
Let me make my point real quick. I think that the underground, the people that listen to the underground hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
kind of are very. They listen to the underground hip hop. They know when these artists are
Mm-hmm.
putting out albums. They're waiting for the artists to putting out albums. They're like me and you. Oh shit, Big Ghost is coming out with an album in 2 weeks. I can't wait. Crime Apple drops something. Big, like, they're waiting for it. They're gonna listen to it. But for people like, so saying stuff that way, whatever. I know people are suckers, but I just try to understand where they hear or where they are able to say that this is what they're hearing. And people like crime needs to reinvent themselves. They have already done it. They're on a different platform. They've already reinvented themselves. They've already grown as artists and producers. So I needed just to touch upon it because I don't see where it makes sense, especially if you're listening to the underground and you've been in the underground for a long time and you're waiting for certain artists to come out with that. There's something that's missing when you're listening to it. And this is why we exist. Continue. I made my point now.
Hey yo, so I'm gonna cut most of this argument because we just dragged it for a long time. You get both of our points at the beginning, and I did a mistake thinking it was from like a mainstream critic when it actually comes from an Instagram page at Foodsick. That guy is already notorious for his takes and his reviews. He's been doing this for years. Artists already flamed him. Go see the Mickey Diamond reviews. Mickey's on the comments. It's funny as hell. And at first, I asked Steven. I asked Steven for the green light. I'm like, I'm gonna flame this dude. I'm gonna insult him. I'm gonna start a war with this guy. I was about to tag him on everything. And you know what? I said, I'm 30. I'm not gonna go on a war on Instagram. He's the type of dude that gave 5 mics to a Andre 3000 flute album. He probably listened to it once. That's the type of dude he is. So that's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy the show.
End of story. Let's see what people have to say in the comments. Malenko will fight in person.
Yeah, we'll find person.
Okay, I just
What's your
take that thought, please. Just take that thought and let's touch on it again. What's
your
my
final
what's
score?
on
Final
this?
score. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
same for me. 7.5.
We
I
agree.
think. Yeah, it's a 7.5 for me. There's some songs I think I'm not gonna go back to. It might grow on me a bit more, but again, I think it was pretty up there with what I expected. So I didn't get much surprise, and Mickey Diamond surprised me a lot. I like the Lucky Cage skits on here. It was a nice
Hilarious.
breakup. It was a nice breakup for the album, but yeah, I still from this year, Crime Apple albums, I prefer El Leon. That's my favorite this year. I still
Really?
El Leon is still my favorite. Yes.
I would say Elion is really good. I don't know. I gotta give more. I gotta listen to this a lot more. I just I gotta listen to it a lot more. I just find Crime Apple as just as an artist is able to evolve.
Mm,
Stop giving us a lot of projects. I don't want more than I don't
mm-hmm.
want another album from him this year. I think we're good with this. Let us enjoy these albums. But he's evolved as an artist
Yeah.
to what we've had the last 3 4 years,
Yeah.
and I
And
really enjoy it.
I just want to be clear about the Big Ghost, okay? Because I don't think Big Ghost sounds the same on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with the comment. I
Mm-hmm.
Big Ghost taking a break is fucking. That
Stupid,
that
retarded. Sorry.
that person didn't listen to like Noir or Never. That was a pretty different
Right?
production. Uh, like there's a lot of difference on Big Ghost. He needs to come the fuck down. There's a lot of difference. Okay, so I disagree, but I think of that people listen it with a ear that's biased. I don't think they're right on that sense. But
And people need to make albums breathe before they just jump in and just say it sucks or they love it, right?
Yeah, send me those comments, please, because I'm gonna write to them. You know, I will. I'm gonna write to them and tell them explain me more because I don't see it.
Next album, Vince Staples, Dark Times. Since we just argued for about 45 minutes,
Mhm.
Vince Staples, Dark Times. Am I starting off with this one?
Start off with this one because I can't wait to hear what you're gonna say about this one.
Look, anytime Vince Staples puts out a project, Steven is always there, waiting for it, anticipating it. When it comes out, I press play. Okay? Vince Staples, when he releases an album, he doesn't give us 3 months, 2 months. As a mainstream, quote unquote, mainstream artist, Vince Staples doesn't make us wait long for an album to come out. Okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm always waiting to see what Vince Staples is gonna do, because if we all know Vince Staples, ever since he's come out, he's always giving us different projects as he goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Summertime '06, the year it came out, was probably top two favorite projects. Summertime '06 was probably in my top 10 of the decade when it came out. It was just a phenomenal album. And everything he's done after that was very different, was very, the soundscape to it was, it puts you in different moods. It gives you different visions, puts you in different times. And so you don't know what to expect with a Vince Staples album. The last few projects, the Vince I know you really enjoyed Vince Staples, the self-titled.
Yeah.
I didn't. I found that was the project I liked the least from him. But the Ramona Park album that came out, the last one before this one, I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, so with this, I didn't know what to expect. I looked at the title, Dark Times. I listened to, what was the song? Shame on the Devil, just the snippets of Shame on the Devil.
Yeah,
And I
that
was like,
was a single. Yeah, it
and I
was a snippet.
and I really enjoyed what I heard. And I was like, wow, what is he gonna give us with this? And as of when I pressed play to 13, I'll tell you this right now, the first listen, I was not feeling it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I was not feeling it whatsoever. I was like, it's the last album on Def Jam. He's probably just putting out an album just to put it out. And as I went back and gave myself a week with it, a week and a half with it, to this day of recording, I have to say I really, really enjoy this album. This album has grown on me so much, and it shows that Vince Staples is able to create different styles, different sounds of music.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an artist. He's able to give us this type of sound, like, just like songs like Étoufflé,
Étouffé.
government, Étouffé,
Étouffé.
Étouffé.
You speak French, fuck.
I know,
Étouffé.
it's the Italian in me. Étouffé, radio, little homies, black and blue, government cheese. They're just songs that resonate with you, and you get to see the different side of Vince Staples, the darker times of Vince Staples, the struggling sides of Vince Staples, the issues Vince Staples had, whether it was with relationships, whether it was friendship, whether it was with his parents. It's a great way to leave Def Jam and give us a project of just feelings and growing up and all these emotions. And again, it's just, it resonates with you, and it's really well put together. I enjoyed it. What about you?
Fuck. Everything you said. Everything you said about. Uh, we talked about giving. We're gonna take more time with. We're gonna take more like a week now for the
Uh-huh.
albums, right? We're gonna. We're gonna take more time with it. On va le retarder now for to take more time
Yes.
with the albums. And the first week we do that, this came out, and we're so lucky because me too. If you would have gave me, if I would have listened one weekend, I would have said to you, this is not sticking with me at all. But Étouffé was a song that because there were so many albums, right? There were so many albums we just talked about, and I was listening to two more French Canadian artists that came out that weekend. Larry Kidd, that's big to me, that I listened on, and And the two singles, how weird is this thing? A sidebar. Their two singles that he gave were the two first songs.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Who does that? He released singles. I listened to them because it was so far behind. I didn't expect to make the album, right? I didn't
Hmm.
expect it. The two first songs were singles.
I don't like that.
Like 4 of the 10 songs were singles.
That's why I don't do singles no more.
Dude, and I don't do them, and it killed me. I listened to all of them, and it killed me. Whatever, still a great project. Le Cheval Blanc de Napoléon, by the way. So Étouffé, out of all those songs, Étouffé was the one that the hook stayed on my head.
Catchy.
Catchy hook. Okay, so that and the chorus stayed in my head all the time, and I was working, I was singing that song, and I'm like, you know what? I'll go back. And after maybe probably over 10 listen to this album, I really enjoy the project.
Hmm.
Really enjoy. And everything you said. I think the way he finished this on Def Jam is perfect. The storytelling from Vince, usually
Always.
an aspect that he's always been at top level, but for this, I love Justin, the way the plot twist at the end,
Hmm.
it was genius. The way he just did the whole song, tell you the story, how he met this girl, knock on the door, and she go, "Oh, that's my cousin," right? And Vince is like, "Oh, yeah, I'm his cousin," right? So it was a great plot twist, and I just the storytelling on this is out like on little homies, how he's giving games to
Yeah.
the kids about gang banging. He made it so subtle, but at the same time so clear. Um, there's songs that maybe won't stick to me on the long run. The For me the toughest, like let's say a Justin, is not something that I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna go back to, and if I have to listen to the album,
But
but
I don't think any of these songs are songs that you just press play on just that one song. It's an album that you listen to front to back.
it's pretty much it, and it's very eerie. I mean, it's very eerie. um it's Vince Staples is not too dynamic with his voice or his pockets and so, all that is pretty much all the same, right?
Hmm.
But he makes it different with the sonics of it, so it's more psychedelic on this. Um no, I think it's a pretty good album. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. Vince Staples, like you said, is for me too is a hit or a miss. There's some albums like Big Fish I never go back to.
People
Uh,
love that project.
yeah,
It's
I never go back to it. Never go back to it. FM was something I never
oof.
gave
That's my
come
favorite.
back to it.
That's my probably my second favorite Vince Staples.
And
FM.
Ramona Park didn't do much for me either. So this one to me, I love it. Black and Blue, I think is a nice intro, beautiful intro. The children's song, go play with your kids, don't play with my crippin'.
I
But the
love
thing,
that. That's the best. That's what I love about Vince Staples is he can give you these songs, but he goes always back to like how we grew up
mhm,
and how we was, you know, crippin, or
mhm,
how he came up with the Crips,
mhm,
or how he grew up in his household. He could give you game, he could give you emotions, but he always brings you back to that how I grew up. This is how I am, and this is how I'm going to react.
mhm. Yeah, no, a great government cheese, another great, well thought of song. Um, Shame on the Devil, that was a single. It feels like a Mark DeMarco song or like a Mac Miller song.
But he likes that type of style.
I love that instrumental. It's super whispery. It's like, that's the thing. Dark. It says it on the title. Dark Times is really really eerie. So I mean, is moody. It's something moody. It comes out right on the summer, so it's gonna stick with me the whole summer. I don't think so, but
It's not a summer album.
it's not much of a summer album. I think, um, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I really enjoy it. I wrote so many notes on this, but that sums up pretty much everything you said.
Sorry, I don't want to steal your shine. What do you give it
The
on?
The
Go.
only thing for me again that I was about to say, Liars, Justin Radio, uh, that was like the those three songs there, that segment. I don't think that's something that I'm gonna stick with. But Nothing Matters and Little Homies is something that I enjoy a lot. So that's why for me, my final note on this, I'm gonna give it a I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5 as well, like Big Ghost.
Oh, really? I'm going with a 7 on this one.
7?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
going with a 7. Yeah.
It might grow, it might drop. It's tough to say. Tough
Mm-hmm.
to say, but enjoyed it. I can't wait to. And Vince Staples is someone that I'm always gonna listen to his new album.
Always. Always. All right. What else? Did you want to touch on the Larry Kidd?
We talked about it quick, but that was weird to me, dude. He has 11 songs, 34 minutes. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 singles on that, and I heard them
5.
all. Yeah, and I
What
heard
is he
them
in a
all.
fucking rock band?
I heard them all because I was excited. And I didn't think they're gonna make the album. I thought it was like snippets, but they made the album, and you get a great. And that's why West Side Gun. I said it. Larry Kidd is like West Side Gun before West Side Gun, and
In French.
in French, but he didn't use that style that much. Saying he has a lyric like talking about using art, using really like poets, writers, like all different, like really obscure not ideas, but the I don't know
Elements or
elements, I guess. Yeah, he was quoting all of those, like all those designers you never heard of, like West Side Gun does, right?
yeah.
So he always did that, and he raps about ignorant shit with high level French. That's something that's really different as well. You don't hear much rappers do that. So
Probably wouldn't understand. I probably would not understand.
no, you wouldn't, because it's really high level French, and he mix it with the dumb French. So that's what makes him
The
so,
dumb French. I love it.
Yeah, that what makes him. His vocabulary is very high. So
Mhm.
that's why it makes it. But again, you hear a bit of Pusha T on here. You hear a bit of Griselda. Great album. Great album. I loved it. I was disappointed by these last 3 albums, so this one was pretty good for me.
Name of the album?
Le Cheval Blanc de Napoléon.
All right. With all this arguing, I'm fucking exhausted. Anything before we get up out of here?
No, that's pretty much it. Just send me the comments, and people, please write in the comments as well if you
Yeah.
understand what we're trying to say.
What I'm
But-
trying to say versus what he's trying to say, because he's been listening to Future, Metro Booming, Schoolboy Q, which I have nothing against, and he's been onto that weird stuff lately. So I don't know. It's okay. It is
Weird
what
stuff.
it is.
It's just mainstream beat.
I'm just fucking with you, but I'm not at the same time. Malenko, thank you very much. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, post in the comments. We're the only place that brings you hip hop and wrestling all combined in one. And yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll be doing a mid-year recap in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be coming out at the end of June. I cannot wait for that, where these albums stand.
Prepare your list. Prepare your list, guys. Prepare your list, because I want to see those lists mid-year review. That's a big episode for us. That's gonna be a 2-day long podcast.
2 days. It's gonna be
2 days,
it's gonna,
48 hours.
It's
bro.
probably gonna be as long as the Dune movie, 6 hours and 45 minutes. Thanks for listening. If you're not down with that, please, we got 2 words for you:
like and subscribe.
subscribe and like. Peace.
Peace.